What's going on, Las Vegas, Nevada? How about this collection of UFC talent right here? As many of you know, for the third successive year, we will have a live pay-per-view event in Miami, Florida, USA. It is April 12th, UFC 314, Volkanovski versus Lopes, Kaseya Center in Miami, Florida. All right, who's got the first question? John, you got a hot mic? Go ahead.
We'll start with Volk, please. Volk, you obviously had... Let you soak that in for a sec. Volk, you had obviously admitted, hey, thinking about possibly walking away and not doing this anymore. Now that you're deep into this preparation, you're a month out, have there been any days where you thought, what the hell am I doing? Or is it more like, how the hell did I ever even consider walking away from this?
No, not at all. Obviously, while I had the break, I was enjoying the break. I'm like, I'm not going to want to get back into this, but I knew once I flipped that switch, that'll be it. And yeah, it wasn't long. Literally, as soon as we got it locked in, I knew the date. I started camp really early, but seen results straight away, and I'm like, all right, we back, baby. We back for a while too, so let's go.
And to follow that up, Volk, I mean, listen, you fought absolutely nothing but legends. I mean, the run that Diego's on is incredible, but when you break him down skill for skill, does he match up to those legends that you've seen, or do you feel like he's not quite at that level just yet?
Oh, he's dangerous. He's you know, there's a reason why he's getting this shot as well. You know, he's a dangerous guy, a lot of hype. He's fighting anyone, anywhere. You know, I love that type of stuff. So very, very happy to share the octagon with him, and we'll put on a show, but it's coming back to Australia. I'm sorry, it has to.
And for Diego, just ask you, I mean, 2 years ago, you weren't even in the UFC. Now you're here, you know, main event, title fight, unbelievable run. Can you put into words what this moment means to you to not only be a champion, but to do it in this meteoric rise?
Diego, primero de todo, hace 2 años no estaba ni siquiera en el UFC. Ahora, cartelera estelar, principal, por un cinturón. O sea, puedes poner en palabras qué es eso, ser campeón, después de todo eso, de manera meteórica.
No, pues para mí es algo increíble, ¿no? Pues para mí es algo increíble, de estar fora dentro do UFC, menos de 2 anos estar peleando por el título, es algo increíble para mí. He trabajado mucho para ese momento y nada, solo llegar y hacer mi trabajo y demostrar que siempre he estado listo.
Listen, it'd be great. I mean, for me, it's so incredible to be in the UFC for 2 years and just do this. Listen, I've worked a lot for this. It is my moment. All I have to do is put that work into practice and get it done.
We'll go to Michael Chandler, please. Mike, you've got a well-developed reputation for one of the most exciting fighters in the sport. You know, Paddy's a fighter on the rise, but you've been fighting these kind of existing legends. So what was it about this fight when it was presented to you that you said, yeah, okay, I'm up for that fight. That makes sense for me.
Hey, the resume speaks for itself, man. I've done nothing but doing hand-to-hand combat for 24 years. I love what I do, and I love doing it in the UFC. And if you don't love the brand of Paddy Pimblett, it's fun, it's exciting. He's a guy who brings it. Scousers don't get knocked out. We'll put his name to the test. UFC 314. Let's go, baby.
Well, Paddy, I'm sure you're happy to hear that respect that he gives you there. I mean, for you, clearly the star power has been growing for a while. Every fight is your next biggest fight. But is this one the one that you go out and win, that people finally quit saying prospect or on the rise, and they start saying title contender?
Yeah, know what I mean? Every fight I get underestimated and overlooked, but I'm getting in there now with someone who's top 10, someone who's fought all the legends in the division. He's fought for the title, so finally I'm going to get in there, and when I win, people can't chat shit, but they will, know what I mean? The goalposts always get moved when I win. People will start saying stuff, but I'm going to be ranked number 7 once this fight's over, and I will be in title contention.
And last thing I had, I just wanted to ask Bryce Mitchell quickly. Bryce, this has been It's been a tough couple of months, I would say. Obviously, we're not used to hearing boos for you. There's been some controversy, I guess. Kind of your first public appearance, I just want to ask how important it is for you to be back to what you do best, and maybe with an open mic, is there anything that you want to address to the crowd today?
And Jesus said,
Hey,
remember,
fuck Bryce
if the
Mitchell.
world hates
Fuck
you,
Bryce Mitchell.
they've hated
Fuck
me
Bryce
first.
Mitchell. Fuck Bryce
Is
Mitchell.
his servant greater
Fuck
than
Bryce
his master?
Mitchell. Fuck Bryce Mitchell. Fuck Bryce Mitchell. Fuck Bryce Mitchell. Hey, brother. Fuck Bryce Mitchell.
I'll start with you.
You barking up the wrong tree, motherfucker.
Bryce Mitchell, look, Bryce Mitchell, please.
Jose, go ahead, my man. What do you have?
I'll ask a question to John Silva since he had the mic. You seem to, you brought a globe. Why did you feel the need to bring a globe to the press conference?
Pergunta para você, já que já estava com o microfone ali. Você trouxe um globo. Por que trouxe o globo?
Oh, so you're a scientist now. Tell us more.
Meu irmão, eu não sei, mas que tu vai passar a ver a Terra redonda, tu vai.
Bro, I don't know, but you're going to start seeing the word, and as round, you are going to start seeing that soon.
You're lucky you don't.
Ei, calma aí.
Then people would
Ei,
know
Bryce
you're
Mitchell,
retarded.
você só tá aqui por causa de mim, meu irmão. Calma aí.
Bryce Mitchell, calm down, bro. You're only here because of me, bro. You're only here because of me.
Você quer um conselho? Nem pega no microfone não, pô. Tá até feio.
I have an advice for you. Don't pick up the mic. It's getting ugly.
Não faz isso, não faz
You
isso.
can
A galera
tap
não
when
quer te
you want
ouvir.
out.
Não faz.
Don't do that, dude. Nobody wants to hear
Não
you.
faz,
No one wants to listen to you.
Mas, ó, vou te falar.
Gotta tell you something.
Você acostuma a ver a Terra redonda, meu parceiro.
Get used to seeing the word as round, baby.
Ô, Bryce, sabe o que é o mais louco? Olha pra mim aqui.
You know what's the crazy thing? Look at me, Bryce.
Ah, você tá me vendo pela tela, né?
Oh, you look at the screen.
Sabe o que é o mais louco?
All right, you know what's the
I look
craziest
at you
thing?
when we fight.
Nem você acredita em você, meu irmão.
Not even you believe in yourself, man.
Só deixa eu te falar uma coisa. Deus,
I can do all
só
things
existe
with Christ who strengtheneth me. I don't believe in myself. I believe in the power of Christ that lives within my heart. You have Lord on your chest. I have the Lord within my heart. We'll see who wins.
All right, who's got the next question?
I'll ask question Patricio Pitbull, all the way in the back, right here.
Ô, Bryce, deixa eu te falar. Fica tranquilo, mano. Todo mundo aqui acredita em Deus, né?
Hey, Bryce, let me tell you something. Just, be chill. Everybody here believes in God, right?
Por que você...
Even the demons believe in God, but do you live by the word?
Calma. Fica bravo não, doido. Calma.
Man, don't get angry, bro.
Ei, bebê, calma.
Baby, come down.
Só vou te dizer.
All right, we got a question for Patricio
Vai apanhar, meu
Pitbull.
irmão. É isso.
Let me get in here for a second if I could. Excuse me. Go ahead, Jose.
Question Patricio Pitbull, all the way in the back. Obviously, for those that have been following the sport for the last 10 years, we've wanted to see you in the UFC competing against featherweights in this division. But there are probably a lot of fans that have never seen you fight because they only watch the UFC. So what can fans expect from you when they see you fight in Miami against Yair Rodriguez?
Cara, para todo mundo, tá todo mundo querendo ver você lutar contra os penas no UFC, especialmente no UFC. E agora, o que você acha que você vai enfrentar aqui no UFC, agora que você tá aqui? Muita gente não viu você lutar ainda.
Essa é uma ótima oportunidade para enfrentar os melhores lutadores da Terra. Então eu estou aqui no UFC para vir apostar no meu trabalho e fazer o que eu sei fazer melhor, que é lutar e mostrar a violência.
Listen, this is a great opportunity to actually show my work. This is an opportunity for people to see what I'm all about and to show my work and to see the violence that I bring in.
Question for his opponent, Yair Rodriguez. Yeah, all the way in the back. We spoke with Pitbull yesterday at LFA, and he said you were the only one that accepted his challenge amongst the featherweights in the UFC. So how important was it for you to be the one to welcome Patricio to the UFC?
Man, respect to this guy. He's a legend. You know, I can be more happy to welcome any other featherweight in the world, you know. Patricio Pitbull deserves the opportunity. He's been in the game for however many years, and he has faced some like really tough opponents. And you know, it's gonna be fireworks that day. So.
Questions for Jeff Neal, all the way in the back, right here. You've been, you know, the hot prospect on the rise. You've been the one to face these hot prospects now, especially when you face Shafkat. You're fighting another one in Carlos Prates, who the UFC seems to be really getting behind. So I guess what are you expecting from him, and what have you made of his rise to where you're at in the UFC?
His rise is, I mean, it was similar to mine. I was 5-0 once before in the UFC, four finishes, one submission. No, he's a tough opponent, and we're gonna go out there. One thing's guaranteed: it's gonna be a war. You know what I mean? I don't see it getting past the first round, and I plan on getting my hand raised.
Question for his opponent, Carlos Prates, all the way in the back. Nope. Jeff Neal just said he expects a war from you. You've not really been in wars. You've been putting your opponents out in violent fashion. So what type of fight can fans expect when you do stand across the cage from Jeff Neal?
To be honest, you know, I'm really happy to share the cage with Jeff Neal. He's a good opponent. Looks like a really nice guy. It's gonna be a war, you know. Somebody gonna get knocked out, and I promise it's not gonna be myself, you know. It is what it is, just business. I respect that guy, but 12 April, I'm gonna step on the cage and gonna knock him out.
Question for Alex. Alex, obviously there's a lot of respect between you and Diego, but earlier this week you had some unkind words to say about his haircut. Now you've seen it in person, do you still believe it's the worst hair in the UFC?
I don't think it was unkind words, you know. I was just saying that, you know, you had the mullet at the back, and then at the front, it was just a whole different vibe. I started getting the, 'cause tonight will be the night that I will fall for you over again. Don't make me change my mind. I won't live to see another day. I swear it's true.
Phenomenal work.
That's the vibe I get. I like it though. At least I respect someone with a good hairline. I don't have one of those.
I relate. Question for John Anik. John, you know, we have had a few stacked cards in the history of the UFC, but with the abundance of riches on that stage, how excited are you for UFC Miami?
This is unbelievable. Now, I happen to live in South Florida, right? But we've been banging it out for South Florida the last 3 years. How about a hand for Patricio Pitbull, by the way, making his way to the UFC, right? Long time coming for Patricio Pitbull. But this is about as good as it gets, right? Two of our top flight Brazilian stars on the end there, trying to prove to these two gentlemen that they have what it takes to take their spot in the top 15. A title fight between two most deserving contenders. I can't fucking wait. You know what it is. Anyone else back there? We good, yeah? Okay, go ahead, sir.
Patricio, muito se falou que você poderia vir para o UFC, que você era o cara das outras organizações, que desafiaria campeões do UFC. Você vem falando que teve dificuldade de encontrar adversários. Primeiro, te surpreendeu essa dificuldade? Segundo, você pode falar quais os nomes dos adversários que te recusaram?
First of all, it's been a long time coming for you to be here in the UFC, not only to be here, but to be a champion, and because you were the dude, the man in other organizations. Not only was talked about, it took a long time for it to happen, that a lot of people didn't take up the challenge. Could you say a little bit about more of that? And also maybe name some names that did not take up on the challenge of facing you?
Posso falar? Então, foi uma novela, né? A gente estava tentando aceitar a luta, então a minha posição não tinha muito o que escolher, e todo mundo sabe que eu luto contra qualquer um. E primeiro me ofereceram ao Jamin, e ele disse não. Então, publicamente no Twitter, fui lá, desafiei ele, e ele falou que só estava pronto em abril. E aí passaram para Yair Rodrigues, e ele demorou para responder, e eu fui no privado dele, ele falou que seria uma boa me enfrentar, mas quando o contrato chegou, ele não assinou. Depois me ofereceram um cara que ia lutar contra Edson Barbosa, porque Edson Barbosa machucou. Eu também disse sim, mas não tinha tempo para aceitar, para tirar o visto. E aí marcaram a luta de Yair Rodrigues contra Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen se machucou e o UFC me botou para lutar contra Yair Rodrigues. Então, assim, foi vários nomes. E eu soube que no backstage tiveram outros, mas eu não posso ter que confirmar porque foram nomes que eu não tenho certeza que falaram. Mas então...
Man, it was a soap opera. Actually, first and foremost, they offered Aljamain Sterling. He said no. It's like, whatever. Then they started to surface the name of Yair Rodriguez, and basically they said no. He took a while to respond, so I went on his private. I went on his DMs to try to see what's going on. Well, that didn't happen for a while. Then they tried to schedule me in a fight against the guy that to come up against Edson Barboza because he was out in the fight. So to replace him, I couldn't get a visa in time, so that was what happened. And all of a sudden, they came back and said, well, Arnold Allen's out, so you're going to face Yair Rodriguez. There are other names. I'm not going to name them right now, but it was a soap opera all along.
Diego, muito tem se falado sobre você, em 2 anos, cortar a fila e disputar o cinturão. Mas a minha pergunta é diferente. Você lutou no Contender e você perdeu. Na sua estreia no UFC, você perdeu. Qual foi o pulo do gato para chegar onde você está hoje tão rápido? Qual a mensagem para quem está te assistindo, lutador, chegar onde você chegou?
Diego, a lot has been said about your meteoric rise. 2 years in the UFC, you're already fighting for a title. But my question is different. It's about the fact that you started in Contender and you lost. You had a debut and you lost. What's the secret to your fast track, and what is the message to people out there that may have the same situations and never give up?
Eu acho que não foi nem tanto ficar pulando na frente da galera, né? Eu acho que quando eu recebi a oportunidade de lutar no UFC, eu deixei bem claro que a galera podia não me conhecer nesse momento, mas depois dessa luta todo mundo ia me conhecer, né? Então acho que desde aí eu tenho feito isso ao pé da letra, né? Tenho aceitado todas as lutas que o UFC tem colocado na minha frente, todas as oportunidades, e agora eu tô aqui com uma grande oportunidade que é lutar pelo título, né? Então acho que simplesmente é ser constante e ser ativo.
Listen, it's not even about, skipping the line or anything of this sort. I said this from the first fight in the UFC. I said, you may not know me, but you will get to know me. And listen, I've been doing that to a T. Being active, beating people, and getting out there. So basically, the biggest thing was continue to do your work and continue to be active, and you'll get there.
Question for Volk. I've always thought people took way too long to appreciate your greatness while you're on that tremendous run of title defenses. Now that you have huge fan backing behind you this time around, how does this run to the top compared to the first one?
It's I guess it's different, but I mean it was a long road, But that's the thing. I'm just proud. One thing that I am most proud of. People ask me, "What's your greatest achievement?" And I usually just say that I was able to be myself through the whole process. So that's something I'm most proud of. It might not get you, the hype straight away. I ain't gonna talk trash. I might sing like I just did, maybe, but I ain't gonna talk trash. That's not my gig. But people really appreciate who I am and what I'm all about, and it's really paying off now.
And my next question is for Michael Chandler and Patricio Pitbull. You guys obviously fought a while back, and I know you guys have your own aspirations and challenges in your respective weight classes. But now that you're both in the UFC, would you guys like to run it back one day?
I'm with that guy. No, hey, more than anything, I'm excited for Patricio, man. It really is different coming over here. The level is completely different. The lights, the platform, these press conferences. So I'm excited for him to experience it. And may the best man win on Saturday night.
Obrigado. Eu sinto respeito por todos os lutadores e com o Michael Chandler a mesma coisa. Ele tem feito uma carreira de vitórias aqui no UFC e quem sabe um dia, né? A gente não sabe o que pode acontecer. Eu estou pronto.
Well, thank you. Listen, I respect every fighter in this organization, and Michael Chandler, the journey that's here in the UFC. And listen, maybe one day, you never know, I'll be ready.
One last one for me. A question for Paddy Pimblett. We obviously knew that a lot of people doubted you ahead of your last fight. Now it's a different scenario. Have you noticed a shift in narrative going against Michael Chandler now?
I still see people saying I'm going to get knocked out like they did before the Bobby Green fight, but, I'm one of them. I divide opinions. I have haters and I have people who love me, so I like proving the people right who've backed me from day one, and I love more than anything proving the dickheads wrong.
Just a question for my brother, Silva. We know you're one of the wildest guys on the roster, but we also know you're a guy that's known to wear his heart on his sleeve. I saw you up there earlier admiring your name tag. What's it like to be attending your first UFC press conference? And also, we got a lot of guys on stage that have a lot of star power. So what do you have to do to take a little bit of shine off these guys and get the crowd fired up for you?
Pergunta pro nosso brother, Silva. Cara, você tem sido um sucesso no UFC desde que você entrou. A gente sabe que você é um cara super agressivo, violento, mas você também veste as suas emoções. A gente viu você aí olhando ali pro teu nome, que tá você. Cara, como é que você se sente agora, você estando no UFC, a tua primeira coletiva de imprensa lotado de talento, com toda essa galera aqui dividindo esse espaço?
Las Vegas! Galera, quero agradecer demais a Deus, agradecer a vida de todos vocês que estão aqui nesse momento, fazendo isso acontecer. Agradecer minha família, agradecer minha esposa, agradecer meu empresário, meus amigos, Caio Borralho, Prats, que está comigo aqui também. Poxa, galera, 4 lutas não, né? São 5 lutas, 5 nocaute, que o Bryce vai ser nocauteado.
Guys, thank you so much. First of all, I'm going to thank God for the opportunity that I've had and for all the lives of all of you that are here to be around you. It's amazing. For all my friends, all my family, everybody around here. I mean, my brother Carlos Prats is right here. I mean, it's been 4 wins, actually 5, because we know he's gotten knocked out.
Go ahead, Gabe.
Question for Alex. Alex, before your last fight, we got some commercials and some moments from Old Man Volk. Can we expect more from him in the next coming month?
Oh, I think so. You know what I mean? So we'll see what comes. Maybe a little bit something different. We're going to Miami. We'll see if we can cook up something. Not any more cooking with Volk coming, though. Be ready for that.
Let's go. Question for both John and Carlos. What does it mean to share a card together at a time when the fighting nerds have never been more popular?
Uma pergunta para o Jean e para o Carlos. O que significa compartilhar esse card no momento em que a Fighting Nerd está lá em cima?
It's always good, you know. It shows all the hard work we have inside of the gym, you know, a lot of sweat, a lot of blood, and also a lot of brotherhood, you know. Everybody always helping each other, and it's really nice fight again on the same card of Jean. And all the guys gonna come from Brazil to Miami. We're gonna take over. Definitely, we're gonna take over.
Cara, o que eu vou te falar? Olha onde esse óculos tá, cara.
Dude, what am I gonna tell you? Look at where these glasses have
tudo
made.
isso aqui é por causa de vocês.
And all of this is because of you.
Thank you. Go ahead, Mike.
Question for Paddy. Paddy, I noticed you said if you get a win here, it'll be into title contention. If you continue to make that ascent, who would you rather see holding that belt, the pound-for-pound great Islam Makhachev or your old buddy Ilia Topuria?
Islam, I don't think he gets near him. After I beat Chandler, I'd love to fight Ilia next, but we'll see what happens. Love to fight Poirier, love to fight Charles. Just want to fight someone who'll get me the title fight, because obviously that's what we do this for. You want to be the best in the world, and to prove you're the best in the world, you've got to hold that lightweight title.
And just for Volk and Diego, when a champion vacates, as Ilia has in this scenario, it can sometimes take a little bit of time for the division to recover. What do you guys plan to do with this fight, this win, and your title reign to make people forget about him and move things forward?
Yeah, well, I hear what you're saying, but I'm going to get this division moving real quickly. We're going to go put on a show. I plan on getting that belt back, and I plan on defending ASAP. And you're going to see that active champ you guys remember. And I'll get a free in this year. So you will quickly be reminded of what the featherweight division's like.
Y Diego, a veces cuando se va uno y deja el cinturón y se va abajo o arriba, o sea, a veces tarda un poco para tener la oportunidad de pelear por un cinturón. Ahí ya tiene la oportunidad, o sea, ¿qué necesitas? ¿Qué crees que vas a hacer para verse un campeón que la gente se haga olvidar de quién fue Ilia Topuria porque es tu campeón?
Não, pois eu creio que se vai tratar de isso, não mantermos ativo. Eu creio que Volk, quando era o campeão mais ativo da divisão. E pues la idea es esta, ganar ese cinturón y ser uno de los campeones más activos también.
Listen, it's all about being active. I think that when Volk was a champion, he was the most active champion you can find in history. So basically, that's it. Keep active, keep fighting after being a champion.
I have a question.
Yeah,
I have a question. Pitbull here. I have a question.
I didn't know where that was coming from. Go ahead, Pitbull.
Quando eu era campeão em outra organização, eu fiz uma aposta de $1 milhão contra Volkanovski e ele aceitou. E eu sei, todo mundo sabe que nós temos uma luta agora pela frente, mas se for possível um dia, ele ainda mantém essa aposta de pé?
Listen, when I was in another organization, I made a bet. Volkanovski, I said $1 million if we fight and we win. I know we got fights coming up, but maybe down the line, you want to keep that bet open?
You put on mate, you put on a good performance. Like I said, I'm expecting to defend my belt a couple of times this year. You do a good job, I'll see you there.
Don't forget that here.
All right, last question. Go ahead.
Hello. My question is for Alex Volkanovski and Diego Lopes. Guys, accordingly to what you said last week, Movsar Yevloyev will be next. So can you confirm that in the case of the win, you will face Movsar? And if the answer is yes, will you want to find him in Abu Dhabi?
Yeah, look, obviously we're not looking. I'm not looking past Diego. I'm fighting a tough guy, and as he said, no matter who's champion, we'll be active. But I plan on getting that belt back. No one has to wait for nothing. Like I said, I'll keep them all busy enough. I want to be that active. So whether it is Mosba, and then if he puts on a performance, I'll fight people later in the year. It doesn't matter. No one will be waiting around while I'm champ.
Já se falou muito, ou seja, que o próximo entre vocês dois seria o campeão enfrentar o Movsar Evloev. Primeiro, você pode confirmar que sim, seria o Movsar, e depois, pega ele em Abu Dhabi?
Por que em Abu Dhabi, por que não no Brasil?
Why Abu Dhabi? Why not down in Brazil?
There will be a pay-per-view in Abu Dhabi earlier than in Brazil.
E tem o pay-per-view em Abu Dhabi, a gente não tem nada no Brasil marcado.
Não tem problema, a gente pode ir para o México também.
No problem. We can go to Mexico too.
Sounds good.
All right, thank you all for bringing the heat and bringing the energy today. We're going to clear the stage and stare these athletes down. Also, don't forget ceremonial weigh-in for UFC 3. Let's go! Coming up as well. Thank you all very much.